Sometimes I really wonder what is wrong with those people within United Nations trying to add in their ideology to other country where they can't even control their own country, and then show to the whole damn world how much of a crowd they are. Hello 大家好，这里 Ame Gakita. So for today, random chat main focus will be on Japan, though I will be making fun of some people along the line, but those people are just basically people working in the government service or people who belong to the United Nations. So yeah, I mean, like, it's really at this point of time just showcase that United Nations are either they are out of touch or they just want to be the whole circle themselves. And it was like the previous random chat where I talk about, hey, game developer are a crown, and now we got government being a crown. Well, I'll be damned if there's everyone being a crown, even myself. Now, putting into simple context, it's really kind of like just showcase how crazy being people are when they can't even like do some simple thing like world peace, and yet there is war all around the world, or even trying to solve about racist issue, and yet everyone is just having racist here, racist there everywhere along the line. Like, they can't even solve this kind of issue, and they decided to go to Japan and say that, hey, your monarchy must have female. What? Like, seriously? I mean, like, I'm sure some people will say that, hey, Ame, you can't go and say that there is no female monarchy. Yes, I know that one of the most reason that everyone knew very, very well would be Queen Elizabeth II, which, I mean, like, doesn't mean that there is no female monarchy. There is, even like Queen Victoria or some Queen Elizabeth I. But the thing is, like, just because it seems to work, it doesn't mean that even like Queen Elizabeth II have a good start. Even she have a raw start where, well, majority people seems to celebrate that they have a young female queen along the line. It doesn't mean that it was like that. There aren't the circle where people say that, hey, they are fine with a female queen. There are cases of people saying like, hey, she is young, she is not aware, she is not whatsoever, and it's through her own hard work throughout the years as the queen, even due the end of her life, that people respect and admire her. So you, just because of it, it doesn't mean that there is no female queen, and I can see that point, don't get me wrong. Now, going back to Japan, they are trying to say that, hey, in Japan, maybe you guys should have a female queen along the line. Maybe because they got princess but not a lot of prince along the line, then maybe they should think about having female, like having the princess highlight the Hime-sama step up and became the empress of Japan along the line. But the thing is, right, number one, you don't always say that, hey, you must have a female monarchy. And number two, you don't just say that, hey, you should revise the law. Like, the Imperial House of Japan has their own set of law. It is way different from Japan government. And the United Nations are handling with the government of Japan, not the Imperial House. It's a whole new different thing. It's the same thing as in Britain, where you have the Queen Imperial House and the government of Britain. So it's not really like a moment of just saying that, hey, I want to have a cup of water or a cup of tea. It's two different things. One is a favorite leaf drink and one is a plain of water. So you don't go around and say that it's the same thing. Yes, it's a drink, but it doesn't mean they are the one and the same. So the thing is, right, it's really kind of like just saying that, hey, if you can't have this, you must have the other way. If the United Nations phrase it this way, saying like, hey, is your country comfortable with a female monarchy? Do a check with your people, check with your country people, check with the government, check with the monarchy themselves. Are they fine with maybe one of the Hime-sama standing up and became the empress? If they are fine, if the people is fine with it, if the Hime-sama is fine with it, if the husband of the Hime-sama is fine with it, if everyone is fine with it, then maybe we can accept that. But you don't always just say that, hey, you must have a female monarchy. I don't care. Well, I tell you that Japan don't even give a damn care. And it's really kind of funny that Hill-san actually did talk about it, where the Japan just destroy UN over the government saying that, hey, it's their own set of rules. If they are not comfortable with it, then you can't step in and say, is that like the one funny thing is that I will even step in and say that, dude, United Nations, you can't even give a damn care about your own country, and you're now trying to take control of Japan in the first place. Like, what were you thinking? Are you trying to make a huge circuit of the United Nations and show the whole world that how United Nations is just feeling as a so-called circle of government when they can't even control their own so-called world peace, and they can't even like just go around giving a peace talk here, there, everywhere, but yet they can't even stop a war from happening. So it's really just showcase how out of touch who they are, and I didn't even like trash them alone. At this is the first, this has been not the first time. Like previously, I talked about how they even go with the idea that they care about anime more than actual people. Like for goodness sake, they can't even like say like, oh, we need to think about trying to stop war, we're trying to stop racism, we're trying to ensure the world is a peace in or whatever along the line. No, we decided to just say that anime is not for the young or not for the whatsoever, or because there is something yabai within the anime, then we need to give a damn care. Like what the heck? I mean, like, dude, seriously. As much as I'm frustrated, it's just showcase that even I myself don't like to talk about government or politics. It's just that at this point of time, they can't even look at their priority, and they just look at the small minority stuff and said as if like, oh, it's a huge thing. That's just what I call making a mountain out of a molehill. Or a molehill, or whatever you want to call it along the line. It's just ridiculous because it's just a small tribal thing. Let the country handle it. You can't even handle world peace, and you are trying to go around trying to force your ideology into other countries, saying like, oh, you must have a female monarchy. Dude, just because you have a Queen Elizabeth doesn't mean that other country must have a Queen Elizabeth counterpart. If the other countries say that only male must step up to be the king or be the emperor or be any part of the male monarchy along the line, then so be it. You can't force it. It's their law. You can't even control your own law, and you're not going around and telling people that they must have a new law. How about try giving yourself a damn new law and say that do yourself a favor and have a cup of tea or coffee or milk or plain bottle of water, and just go around telling people that hey, we are going to make sure that world peace is a thing and stop the damn war somewhere in Europe, for goodness sake. Now, it's really kind of frustrating that all these things can be avoided, and yet they can't even do anything. And the funny thing is, right, they will just say that, hey, they should have proper treatment to even like the anime and what's not, or even to the employee themselves. But yet, even when they claim that, oh, anime is growing in billions of dollars, but how about let me tell you guys one thing, just because it's growing doesn't mean they say the Japan is seeing the money. Because a lot of things, there is something called franchise, there is something called importing along the line, and the one making the money is not just Japan. Japan is just earning a little bit of crumb there everywhere. Because if you think about it, how many of the anime being shown all over the world are owned, technically the IP itself being Japan? It can be owned for some reason by the Western counterpart of Japan, where they say that the anime studio like Funimation or Animax along the line, where they own the right themselves for some stupid reason, and they can be the one earning the money, and Japan just only earn the royalty. And I don't understand why a lot of people saying like, oh, the money should be given to the... Why not just ask the Western people pay Japan for God damn sake? It's really frustrating. Like, how is people going around thinking with the idea, saying that, hey, we should say that, oh, they should have the animator having more salary. Dude, the salary is not paid by the people of Japan, you know. The Western people are taking advantage of it, and you don't even go and give a damn care about them. And now you're telling me that, oh, because you guys are making more money, because the damn Westerners are making more money. And who are they trying to judge Japan over there? A lot of people asking like, is working in Japan as an animator, is it worth it? I studied anime and manga in Japan for 3 damn years. And I can assure you that the salary, after me going through a lot of job interview, I can tell you one thing. It's little. It's damn very little. And the one thing a lot of people don't understand is that the money is very little because the Japan studio, the anime studio, they don't earn anything. They have to get sponsorship, they have to get the broadcast studio to pay for them, and even when they earn money, it's through merchandise. So if the anime is a flop, no one buy the merchandise, they flop. It's that simple. The only issue with a lot of people need to understand is that even if you say that the anime is growing in money, it doesn't mean that the studio is earning money. And if the studio is not earning money, how are they going to pay their animator? Do you ask the people who oversee, who earn money from people watching them or paying them for watching the anime, do those company pay Japan back? They don't. They just pay one-time fee for the IP and say they own the right. Like, dude, that's the reason why Japan was very against piracy. Why all the pirate stuff, like Japan said, oh, they are losing a lot of money. Yeah, the thing is, behind the surface, it's not that they aren't earning money from or losing money to piracy. It's the Western company not paying full amount or additional amount to the other company. And even when they do say they earn the money, a lot of people need to understand that the visa itself, just because there is a lot of people showing like hentai or even thing that is like adult games along the line, Visa say that they're going to stop the payment. And who get the money? Japan Bank have the money, Western Bank have the money, Visa own the money, but not the creators, not the animators. They worth all for nothing. Is it frustrating? Yes, you can hear from my tone. The issue is that a lot of people need to understand, when you have like the grammar of overseas not even helping, and they aren't even looking at within their side where it went wrong. It's not Japan itself. Japan have been so silent over it because it's part of their culture. And instead of giving a helping hand to them, you slapping them with the damn hand. Like, this really just showcase how out of touch United States are. Like, I mean, like, United Nations, sorry to US, but again, US also earning a lot from anime itself, so I won't blame, I will still trash them. But even so, it's really the government or those rich people eating the money for themselves and not giving it to others. So the thing is, at the end of the day, it's really one of the things that people need to understand. You need to, if you really want to look into the issue, look at the right one. Don't out of nowhere just throw every single dash out into the bullseye and think that you end on the bullseye. The only bullseye you will be ending is an angry bull, and then the bull will chase after you. Now, at the end of the day, it's really just showcase that even like company trying to stop things like anime or game from spreading to the Western, and trying to stop payment to those things, but yet they can't even stop CP along the line. Wow! Super yeah, it's really just showcase how crazy those people are. Like, they got the mean to stop Japan, they can't have the mean to stop themselves. Crazy, right? It's really showcase that like MasterCard or Visa, instead of like being a necessity for everyone to earn money, where everyone is trying to use it as a main transaction, at this point of time, I won't even blame if they fail one day and oh no, everyone starts saying that the rise and fall of MasterCard or the rise and fall of Visa. Why? Because they couldn't get their 30 meter off their hands. Yeah, maybe they could be just sitting down on their mind because their brain is just at it's inside their butt and not over their head at this point of time. Who knows? It's really just show how crazy those people are, just not out of touch how people are. Like, they could have earned a lot of money through the transaction of yabai stuff. Sure, a lot of people may not like it. Yes, I can understand that. But at least set an age restriction. Like, if the person who is have the right to use the card, then the thing is that is the person over 18 years old, or is it a young kid who own a card? I don't understand nowadays. How is it that even people like 10 years old, 12 years old able to use a credit card even though they aren't working at it? Like, dude, I spend how much I have on hand. But I've seen young kids spend way more than me within of 1 day, okay? How much I spend in 1 month can be spent by a young little boy within a day for some stupid reason. And it's really just showcase that how people don't even do a simple priority thing over how to control their child on spending money. And they just go with the idea that, hey, if a child can use the credit card, then how about just do a check on your child, like, don't let them use the card, for goodness sake. If they can't even use the card, then obviously they won't be able to look into hentai or adult games. It's just that simple. And yet, a simple solution is always overlooked by the so-called rich and powerful because they just love to sit within their brain along the line. But again, now it's really kind of funny because at the end of the day, Japan is just going around making a joke out of the modern audience or the government along the line, or even a DEI in a way. And here's I actually did talk about it, about how manga is just like trying to make joke over it. But I can assure you that a lot of people who know me, who talk about DEI within games and what's not, will understand that one of the things I always say that if a hentai or an adult manga decide to make a joke out of DEI, and in case anyone do not know, this young, like they saying like, oh, don't you realize a bad influence you are on our kid, even though it's just a young little girl who matured earlier than anyone else. And it is a thing, rare in some cases, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. And it's just that when some girls develop way faster and people make or bully fun of them, instead of like scoring their own child, they decided to say that, oh, you can't get rid of the big child. Oh, how can you add more inclusively? Like, dude, yeah. Anyone who knows that character is based off Concourse, one of the female character, and it just showcases how in a fun way that Japan are now poking fun at Westerner, and I won't even blame them for it. I'm not even a Westerner if you think that my accent sounds like a Westerner. It's just that my country used Britain English doesn't mean I'm a Briton, for goodness sake. Now, at the end of the day, it's really one of the things that a lot of people need to understand, that if you start attacking Japan, sooner or later, people are going to retaliate. And you can't go with the idea saying that just because that, hey, Japan should not do this or Japan should do this along the line, it doesn't mean they are comfortable with it. Instead of like carrying over your own country and trying to solve your own country problem, you're trying to solve other country problem. It just shows how out of touch you are. And at the end of the day, it just showcases that even like the United Nations is just basically probably another case of being a whole circus that's on a world scale. Now, at the end of the day, despite all my criticism and my rapping, you still have to understand it is just my speculative thought. It's just a random chat. Whether you agree, disagree, do you think that United Nations has stepped out of bounds, or do you think that Japan have the right to start attacking back along the line? Write in the comment section below, we can discuss it further. If not, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I'll talk about stuff that sometimes makes sense, doesn't make sense, or totally random at times. But the one thing I hope that is not random for you guys is have a nice day online. Bye.